proud new sponsor of the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go.
What's going on? And it sounds like Tyreek Hill's career could be over in the NFL, or at least it could be over with the Kansas City Chiefs. They have an 11-minute audio conversation where I heard a clip, and I linked that article in the description from SI.com. Before we get to talk about it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with Goodfellow Sports TV. And we in the building. One time for the one time we grinding. In that 11-minute audio clip, a little small clip of it out the 11 minutes, Tyreek Hill's son, apparently before we get to the clip, his son said Daddy did it. Now, if you don't know what happened, Tyreek Hill was him and his fiance were allegedly under investigation for, abuse against their son. His son came up with a broken arm. Apparently, according to this article, allegedly his son said Daddy did it. Daddy is being Tyreek Hill, human joystick, high flyer for the Kansas City Chiefs. He said Daddy did it. And she said, his fiance on the phone said he's terrified of you. And Tyreek Hill, if it's his voice, allegedly said back, you should be terrified of me too, and called her the B word. You know what I'm saying? So the DA said they didn't have enough evidence to charge Tyreek Hill or his fiancee Crystal, but apparently this phone conversation came back after the DA was struggling to say they didn't have sufficient evidence to press charges on Hill or his fiancee Crystal in a matter of his son's arm being broken. But this audio clip came out why? After the DA said they wasn't going to press charges on there. It was insufficient evidence. So at the end of the day, somebody always come out with the audio. How damn the DA? How is this not enough evidence against Tyreek Hill? Once again, the Kansas City Chiefs take a chance on a guy who had a domestic violence history or incident coming into the NFL. He did. He had domestic violence history coming into the NFL. It's the reason he dropped in the draft. They had the whole Kareem Hunt situation. Then they bring on Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, who had a marijuana incident in college. Then they bring on Frank Clark, who had a DV history before at the University of Michigan. That's my school, and I like Frank Clark. But the Chiefs still taking chances on players like that. And apparently they had a $100 million contract extension for Tyreek Hill. And before they got that deal certified, signed, and done, this situation came up. They pulled the contract. They held him out of media. And there's word around the street that he could be cut off of this. Now, if you remember, Adrian Peterson went through something similar where he had lashes on his son's backside and his arm for when he allegedly whooped his son. Well, it proved that he did, but I'm just going to use allegedly as a safety net down in Texas, and he chastised his son. He disciplined his son. He went a little bit too hard. And he ended up going to jail and had a misdemeanor charge or whatever the situation was. They came out to a plea deal, whatever the situation was. So at the end of the day, this is a little bit different. That was a discipline by Adrian Peterson. He disciplined his son, a little bit too hard. Tyreek Hill allegedly, or his wife or his fiance allegedly broke his son's arm. He allegedly broke his son's arm. So, like I said, she said that, why is Daddy saying you broke his arm? That's just what he said. Why is Daddy saying you? That's just what Leslie was saying. Why did his son say Daddy broke his arm? So, I'm not sure what spawned. And he's a 3-year-old. So, I don't know what he done to deserve that type of discipline from Tyreek Hill. It's just a matter where he lost his mind. Maybe he has a brain injury. Maybe it could be CTE. Or maybe he just went a little bit overboard. You know what I'm saying? And we don't condone that on this channel with child abuse or nothing like that. Maybe he went overboard. And at the end of the day, for them to say they had insufficient evidence, and most people calling for the Kansas City Chiefs to cut him behind this new evidence coming out, even without proof. So he can at least be suspended for 6 to 8 weeks. And if I'm Kareem Hunt, well, shit. I had gotten into an incident with a young lady. I got into an incident with a young lady. And she called me a racial slur and put her hands on some of my guests. And she put hands on some of my guests. And I put hands on her. He did this to a 3-year-old, so y'all gonna cut me and y'all not gonna cut him. So Kansas City got to be consistent on what they standards are for player misconduct off the field and on the field. They got to keep it a buck. But at the end of the day, Tyreek Hill is in a little bit of trouble. A lot of trouble. Apparently, he won't face criminal charges, but we don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. We don't know what's going to happen. People are outraged now, and this is some classic TMZ. This ain't TMZ, but this is what TMZ do. You beat the case or something, the case die down, they come up with the audio. They come up with video. You ain't see no cameras around, and all of a sudden somebody taped his conversation, and everything is taped, if talking on the phone. And now, should his career be over with? Should they suspend him? Should he get banned? Nobody knows. I'll link that Sports Illustrated article in the description. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing get you 18% off their 100% all natural products from lotion, soaps, foot soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. Website, promo code are both in the description. You will love their all natural products. They make them right here in the United States themselves. It's not imported from nowhere else. Best way to help the channel out, just share the videos. Best donation you can make. One time for the one time. Let me know what you guys think. Article link in the description.